Yes, yes, yes. Welcome to my channel. It's been a while since I've been live. It's been a little while, but we are here. We're definitely here the same way, man. Just we're here. Um, One of the best thing about YouTube is, man, you can basically talk about what you want to talk about. Make videos, what you want to make videos about, man, and that's what's been so different about my channel. Sometimes I just switch it up. And you guys know I like to talk sports time to time. And we're gonna dive into this topic, man. First of all, I want to say shout out to everybody that's been following my channel. Shout out to all the truck drivers. Shout out to everybody that watch my cooking videos, and shout out to everybody that just watch all my other videos. Right now, one of the best things happened in sports today, and it started yesterday, and that is my Miami Heat got blown out, right? But the biggest story of the day, the biggest story of the day has nothing to do with the Miami Heat. So that's a plus right there. So we just gonna ignore that loss, okay? We're just gonna it was just a bad day, okay? So let's dive into this college football thing, man. First of all, if you go back and watch some of my earlier videos early on in my YouTube days, early on in my YouTube career, is this a career? Early on my YouTube segments. One thing that I always used to say is that college football players needs to get paid. These college football programs, they're selling players jerseys for their likely likeness. They're making tons of money off of tickets, off of advertisement. They're getting money from boosters. When you go to a college football game, everybody at the game was getting paid except for the players. People in the concession stand, they're getting paid. Coaches getting paid. Everybody getting paid. Everybody's doing a job, and they're getting paid for it. But the guys that was doing the hardest work, they wasn't getting paid. They was getting pimped, right? And their solution was to come in with the NIL money. You guys know what that is? And I'm gonna be honest with you. Even though I'm for players getting paid, the NIL money is a problem. It's a problem, and it's gonna continue to be a problem. And I kind of understand what Nick Saban was saying yesterday. He was crying out, but the last coach on earth, the last college football coach on earth that should be crying out is Nick Saban. He's been so successful over the past couple of years that I didn't expect that from him. But look at the deeper picture, people's players are going to start going to these bigger cities where they can get more NIL money. They're going to start going to these teams that got more boosters. And I know Nick Saban, he see this coming from a mile away. He's crying out for help, my peoples. That's what's going on there. But I just don't understand. In the middle of doing that, I just don't understand the attack on Deion Sanders. I don't get that in Jackson State. with Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter said earlier on in a statement that because basically they accuse Jackson State for paying Travis Hunter $1 million to basically go there, right? Because all these coaches, they're scratching their heads. They're wondering, how could a big time player like that go to a HBCU? I'm gonna tell you why, guys. The tables are starting to turn, and if you're a young football player out there, if you're a cornerback, why not go to Jackson State? They got one of the best cornerback that ever did it. This is the new cornerback you, right? If you're a running back out there, if you're a power running back, why not go where Eddie George coach at again? I believe it's Tennessee State. Somebody quote me if I'm wrong. Why not go there? You're getting some quality coaching, and the tables is gonna start to turn because players are watching, guys. College football players are watching, and guess what? They're waiting to see the results of Travis Hunter. Wesley Lee, what's going on? Welcome. They're waiting to see the results of Travis Hunter. Where is he going to get drafted in the NFL? He's going to the NFL. That's pure talent right there. Deion's going to make it happen. And I guarantee you, if he winds up top 10 pick, it takes one man to change the table. But it's happening. Let me tell you something. One thing I like about this new generation, and they don't get credit for it, they might be wild, they might be ruthless, but this new generation, they're for changes. They're for changes. This new generation, they want their pie and they want it right now. They want their bank and they want it right now. They're not just going to do things like how their parents used to do it and their grandparents. Oh, we're going to work hard for the rest of our life and we're going to live off our 401k and we're gonna retire and Social Security gonna kick in. No, this new generation, they think different. And I guarantee you, college football is gonna start to change a little. Good thing about it, guys, and you guys can go and research the NIL money, research what it's all about, right? This have a possibility to put USC back on top of the football world. This have a possibility to put Texas back on top of the college football world. Texas A&M, Michigan, Ohio State, Notre Dame. Just think about all the schools with the big market. Then secondary, think about all the schools with the big booster that can generate some of that money in that NIL to pay these players. Because basically, players are getting paid for their likeliness. And one thing that I must say, in my opinion, the only way that can solve this, man, this thing is crazy because when you think about it, right? In my opinion, I think all players in college football should make the same amount of money. And I know some people are going to say it's not fair. You got some players sitting on the bench. they're never going to get paid. And you know what I'm saying? You got backups that only get in the game once in a while and stuff like that. But just think about this, people. Just think about the madness that's going to happen, right? Just think about it. Just think about you're a high school football coach and you got a player. You got a good relationship with Dabo Sweeney, and you got a player that was committed to go to Clemson, and you guys already know Clemson's in the middle of nowhere, but they do good recruiting, right? You got a player that's was committed to go out there, right? But out of nowhere, USC come along. That's California. This is the big city. I can make more money on my NIL deal over there. What do you guys think these kids are going to start doing? What do you guys think that's going to happen, right? And even though I'm saying this, I'm saying that players need to be getting paid equally. It's still going to be unfair when you think about it, because the bigger markets, they're going to start getting who they want. And I understand what Nick Saban was crying out about, but he went about it the wrong way. He should not have called Jimbo Fisher's name. He should not have called Deion Sanders' name. That's where he went wrong. But understand where this is all coming from. This was a mess before it even started. And this is something that college football need to go back to the drawing boards and figure it out. Who's governing this stuff? Who's governing this? I'm a big fan of players. Players need to get paid, because think about it. You turn on a football game, you got Ohio State versus Penn State. I like Big Ten football. I'm a Big Ten, and I like Big Ten and SEC, right? Those are my two favorite conference. But you got Ohio State going up against Penn State. Just think about the whiteout. Whenever Penn State have that whiteout, you know how much people is in that darn stadium? I believe last year whiteout game, they seen, man, I can't remember right now, but I think it's like 107,000 people or 110,000, somewhere around there. Now, I need somebody with a calculator real quick. But let's just say you guys already know how college football is. I don't know if you ever went to a college football game, but whenever you have like 100,000 people, you guys know it's a bunch of free tickets going out. So let's just say 80,000 people paid, right? Even 90. Let's just say 90,000 people paid, right? And this is the whiteout we're talking about. Let's just say do 90,000 times $50. I'm being nice by saying $50. We're talking about the whiteout. How much money you make off of that? And I'm not gonna sit here and minus what all the workers got to get paid, and the groundkeepers and the announcers and the people in the concession stand. I'm not gonna do the minus. I just trying to get an estimate of how much a big time school like that makes off of one game. how much money they make from the networks, how much money they make from the commercials, how much money they make off of using players and ads, how much money they make off the sponsorship. When you think about it, these players, even though they're getting that NIL money, they're still underpaid. Because these programs is making mega, mega money, yo. Now I know that there's some programs out there, there's some divisions out there in college football that you're not gonna have that much people to attend the games. Their boosters program is not that very rich like other programs. You even got some HBCUs that, a lot of their boosters went on to become, teachers and, you know, um, police officers and, regular 9 to 5 jobs. You know, we don't have we don't have that rich history like the big time program does, where they have more boosters with more money. Yeah, we produce a lot of lawyers and stuff like that, but let's be real. HBCUs just don't have it like that, right? And one of the most insulting thing out of this out of this that I have to laugh at was Travis Hunter getting $1 million, right? Deion Sanders don't even get paid $1 million to coach these kids. He coached these kids out of the love of his heart. He coached these kids because he want to give back. That's Deion friggin' Sanders. He had money before he started doing this. He don't have to do this. He's doing this because he want to give back. He's doing this because he want to set an example. He doing this because he want to be a change. And ever since he started coaching Jackson State, I've been watching that program, man, because I'm so proud of Deion Sanders, and I'm so proud to be black, and I'm so proud of the changes that I see coming. And this is not a black and white thing. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes we just gotta support ourselves. Sometimes we just gotta give back to ourselves, right? And I take my hats off to Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter left a message today. He said that, how could I make $1 million when my mother is living in a 3-bedroom house with 5 kids? Let me repeat. He said, how could I get paid $1 million if my mother is living in a house with 5 kids? Hey, come to think about it, it's not that bad. Your mom ain't doing that bad, but I understand where you're coming from. I really, really understand where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? And Nick Saban, he issued out a lame apology. It was so lame. But Jimbo didn't want to accept it. Deion didn't want to accept it. Deion said that if Nick Saban can make those statements that he made basically on air to everybody, he need to go back and apologize that way. Jimbo said he don't want nothing to do with him no more. But at the end of the day, man, I think these guys, they're all grown mans. They're all great coaches. I think they can make up. It'll be a good. It'll be good for the kids. When I say kids, I mean college football players to see these grown mans do the right thing. Whoever needs to apologize, apologize, and just move on. Right? Sometimes two wrongs don't make a right. Three wrongs definitely don't make a right. It's not Jimbo's fault. It's not Deion's fault. And I can even go as far as say it's not really Nick Saban's fault, even though he shouldn't call these guys' name. You want me to tell you whose fault it is? It's the NCAA fault. Brian, what's going on? That's whose fault it is. They had this thing wrong from the get-go. We got 4 people in here. Tell me what you guys think about this. If you guys follow me from my trucking videos, feel free to comment. Feel free to ask me any questions about trucking. You know me, like sometimes I speak on different topics. Sometimes you just gotta be flexible. You know what I'm saying? And I tend to talk about different things. You know, I kind of want my YouTube channel to go in a different direction, more like a podcast style, where I talk about current events and stuff like that. Still gonna be talking about trucking because that's what got me started. Still gonna be doing a couple food service videos from here to there, but it's not gonna be as much as it used to be. You get what I'm saying? Because the market is flooded with food service YouTubers out there right now, and I just gotta elevate and try to talk about different things, right? Because in life, if you keep on doing the same thing over and over, then you're going to get the same results. You know what I'm saying? Even though that my results was not bad, it's just time to be more, more flexible in what I talk about. So Brian got a question. Starting with food service next week. Any tips for a new guy? Yeah, I got you, man. First thing first. Make sure. Javon, man, we gonna talk about that. Um, yeah, Brian. First thing first, man. Just bring water to work. You want to hydrate. Bring water. Bring water. You're gonna learn how to eat because you're gonna lose weight. If this is your first time doing food service, you're gonna lose weight. So make sure you eat right. First and foremost, bring water. Um, bring some fruits, and you know, you want to hydrate and you want to take care of your nutriments first thing first. Take care of your body first, right? Stretch. You want to stretch, right? And you want to go to work with a clear mind because this job is pretty tough. And at first, it's gonna be overwhelming at first, but eventually, if you are open to learn new things, you're gonna get it, right? At first when you start food service, you're gonna feel like you want to give up, man, but just don't give up. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing, right? Um, the more and more the day goes on, the easier and easier this job is gonna get. You got to pretend like this is. You have to pretend like this is exercise. You're going to work to exercise, and you're going to work to do customer service, right? And and just work smart. Listen to your trainer. Some trainers, they might have a lot of bad habits, right? A lot of bad habits, but you can take sense out of nonsense, right? And I don't know if you guys can still hear me. I don't know what happened to the website. Try to reconnect. So
So
one
one
thing
thing
I
I
can
can
tell
say,
you, what
what
the
the
hell? Give
give
me
me
a okay. You guys hear me? Man, I probably got come back. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, so um why am I echoing? So yeah, just, you take your time and do what you gotta do, man. And everything is gonna work out. Yeah. You guys hear echo? Let me know if you hear echo. Yes or no. Oh, it's a night shift. Night shifts aren't that bad. They're kind of easier. Yeah, that's not bad. I can hear echo. Let me hear if you guys can hear echo. Yeah, night shifts are not that bad though. But yeah, Javon, man, what happened, man? I just somebody in the kitchen got you fired, man. Oh, you hear that? Let me try to. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I don't know what's going on. I got an echo. I'm gonna try to get it later on. Let's see if this problem will straighten out. So. You guys keep it locked, and I'll talk to you guys next time.